So the Fever are playing in Iowa, and the game sold out in literally, like, it didn't matter how long it took to sell out, you couldn't even get in. If you were there, you probably didn't get a ticket.
Remember when everyone said Caitlin Clark's dominance was just a phase, that the hype would die down the moment she stepped into the WNBA, and her massive college fan base would magically vanish the second she left Iowa?
The Caitlin Clark fans are out in droves.
Because not only has Caitlin Clark remained the most well-known name in women's basketball, but she has also just pulled off something so ridiculous that even billion-dollar corporations would pay her marketing team to pull it off. She sold out the Carver Hawkeye Arena in record time before the general public could blink, let alone buy a ticket, and the kicker is that some fans were so desperate to see her play that they paid $4,400 for a preseason game ticket.
Fans have filed in. The building is jam-packed.
Caitlin Clark for Indiana, who has been terrific, the #1 overall pick, who has been packing buildings all across the U.S.
Yes, a preseason game, not the WNBA Finals, not a playoff battle, not even the regular season, a simple exhibition. Meanwhile, some WNBA veterans have been begging fans to show up to games for years, and Caitlin Clark just walked in and turned a glorified warm-up into a Super Bowl-level event.
Environment before the national anthem, and really realize how grateful I am and how unique it is.
It is pandemonium here, sold out once again for the Indiana Fever.
And that, my friends, is what we call instant jealousy. Caitlin Clark is the biggest ticket in women's basketball, period. She isn't just selling out games, she's doing it so fast that it makes Supreme sneaker drops look like clearance sales. You'd have a better chance of grabbing Taylor Swift AIS tour tickets than securing SE to a game where Caitlin Clark is playing.
I watched the WNBA before that are now falling in love with maybe the Fever or other teams they watch or other players they watch, and for myself to be a part of that, like, it's super special, and it kind of takes your breath away at points.
Think about this: she smashed ratings records during March Madness, she broke attendance records in college, sold out her first few WNBA games before people even to realize tickets were available, and now she's making preseason games look like Game 7 of the NBA Finals. This isn't a trend, this isn't temporary. Caitlin Clark is a movement.
And if you guys did not see it, look at the price of these tickets. This is like right after the tickets went on sale. So no good seats. $1,142 for a not very good seat. I'm guessing 10 grand minimum courtside to go see Caitlin Clark.
She's doing to women's basketball what Michael Jordan did for the NBA and what Tiger Woods did for golf. And you know who hates that the most? The people who thought they should have been the face of women's basketball all along. If you thought Caitlin Clark was just another rookie, explain why she can sell out an arena at like light in speed while veterans are struggling to fill seats. Carver Hawkeye Arena isn't just any venue, it's Clark's kingdom. This is where she built her legend-dropping logo. 3S carrying Iowa on her back and making defenders look like background dancers in a TikTok challenge.
Leavish hounding Clark. Clark, step back three, knocks it down!
So the second people heard that Caitlin Clark was returning to her old stomping ground for a WNBA preseason game against the Brazilian national team, the internet went nuclear. And then before most fans even knew the game was happening, boom, sold out. Forget the waiting room, forget pre-sale access. This game disappeared faster than a McDonald's limited edition meal. And let's talk about those ticket prices some fans shelled out for. $400 just for a seat. Meanwhile, some WNBA teams have been giving away free tickets just to get people in the door. See the difference? You already know what's coming next. The instant jealousy from WNBA veterans who have been grinding for years and have never seen this level of hype.
Davis, time winding down. Are they going to get the ball up in time? Clark for the win. She does it time and time again. The 40
They already had a problem when Clark was pulling millions of viewers to women's basketball. They didn't like how sponsors lined up for her before she even played a single pro game, and now she's selling out preseason games faster than they can check their own jersey sales. Yeah, the jealousy is real, and it makes sense. There are veterans in the league who have never played in front of a packed house, or former MVPs who don't have half the endorsement deals Caitlin Clark has. There are long-time WNBA players who have been fighting for visibility only to watch Caitlin Clark take the league by storm in her first season.
Without them being able to contest. And Stolke posting up, but you know who they go to. 22 from the outside. Oh, this is going to happen quick. On her team, don't let this crowd get to you.
Now, instead of embracing the fact that Caitlin Clark is bringing money and attention to the league, some players are throwing shade like at their side hustle. But here's the cold truth: Caitlin Clark isn't just popular, she's profitable, and the WNBA has never had a player this profitable before. Here's the big question: can the WNBA even handle Caitlin Clark's stardom? Because this league has never had someone like her before. They've had great players: Lisa Leslie, Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, but none of them had this level of mainstream pull. The WNBA has been fighting for attention for decades. They've been begging for better TV deals, they've been pushing for higher salaries, and then Caitlin Clark shows up and delivers everything they've been asking for overnight.
Bomb from Caitlin Clark.
Not to pick up the second because she got 2 in the first quarter against Connecticut.
Clark connects on a 3.
If the WNBA is smart, they will ride the Caitlin Clark wave all the way to record-breaking revenue. Teams across the league are scrambling to restructure their season ticket sales, shifting entire game schedules, and even moving venues, all in a desperate attempt to cash in on the massive commercial appeal that comes with playing against Caitlin Clark. Because here's the truth: wherever Caitlin Clark goes, money follows, and right now the WNBA is milking that fact for everything it's worth.
Stadium, like you could pack out a football stadium again just to watch Caitlin Clark play basketball. You could pack out 50k. You could. Whatever the record is for a women's basketball game, you could set it to watch Caitlin Clark play.
Your regular home arena, the entertainment and sports arena, only holds about 4,200 fans. That's fine for normal games. But a matchup against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, that little arena wouldn't cut it. So the Mystics are moving their games against the Fever in May and September to the Capital One Arena, which seats a whopping 20,000 people. Why? Because Caitlin Clark is that big of a deal.
On rookie crime right there in Mule's face.
She had a defense by the Sparks fans. 6 on the shot clock. Clark, a deep 3.
Oop, that is!
She missed her first 7 and knocks that one down, and it's a big one.
The Mystics didn't move arenas for Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, or even Brittany Griner after she returned from Russia. However, they are upgrading to an NBA-sized venue for Caitlin Clark, which tells you everything you need to know about her impact at this point. It is undeniable that Caitlin Clark is the golden goose of the WNBA. She is not only bringing fans to the game, but she is also increasing demand for tickets, which is the single.
Turns, ducks it in. In fact, Benley stays with her. Blocked from behind. That was Clark. Now Clark looking to push. Cross-court pass. Pull back to Clark. She will launch and bury a 3.
This is exactly what the WNBA has been begging for decades. For years, the league has struggled to get fans to buy tickets, tune into games, and care. But Caitlin Clark is changing all of that overnight, and she's doing it in ways the WNBA has never seen before. Attendance is skyrocketing. Ticket prices are through the roof. A Caitlin Clark game costs as much as an NBA playoff ticket. Merch sales are booming. TV ratings are breaking records.
I can't remember what was it. It was like Oasis tickets for Ireland. They were like, oh, it's sold out within 4 hours. And I'm like, I spent 3 hours hitting refresh and couldn't get in.
While teams and owners are happily counting their profits, some WNBA veterans are sitting back steaming with jealousy. So WNBA, are you going to embrace your golden goose, or are you going to let jealousy ruin the best thing that's ever happened to you? Because if Caitlin Clark ever decides she's too big for this league, you'll only have yourselves to blame. Let's make one thing clear: the 2024 WNBA season isn't just highly anticipated, it's the most anticipated season in league history.
So the best thing you can do as a defender is not give it to her. Clark. Back-to-back triple.
She wasn't going to be able to see Katie Lou after last night's game, so today, really the first time they're seeing her.
Clark.
And it's all because of one player: not Angel Ree, not Ajar Wilson, not even the legends of the past like Diana Taurasi or Subbert. This is the Caitlin Clark effect.
In the fourth quarter, an 8-3 rebounding advantage. Clark pulls, fires, hits, 4-3.
3 in the first quarter, the Mystics. Clark way downtown, knocks down a three.
Before she even plays her first official WNBA game, she has already sold out arenas faster than playoff games. No other rookie, not even the most hyped No. 1 draft picks in history, has ever commanded this much attention before stepping onto a WNBA court. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Angel Reese. For months, Reese and her camp have tried to create a rivalry with Caitlin Clark, hoping to ride the wave of Clark's success. She's constantly named dropping Caitlin Clark in every interview, every tweet and every podcast. If Caitlin Clark breeds, Angel Reese has something to say about it, and it's obvious why, because no matter how much she talks, she'll never be Caitlin Clark.
I have great teammates. I have a great support system. I got my hometown. I got my family that stands up for me. I don't really get to speak out on things just because I just try to ignore, and I just try to stand strong. Like, I've been through so much. I've seen so much. I've been attacked so many times. Death threats, I've been sexualized, I've been threatened.
When it comes to global impact, ticket sales, TV ratings, commercial appeal, it's not even close. Caitlin Clark has single-handedly elevated women's basketball to a level Angel Reese can only dream of, and the more Reese tries to force a rivalry, the more obvious it becomes. Caitlin Clark is in the league of her own. This isn't just about media hype. Caitlin Clark's appeal is backed by historic on-court dominance. She led the NCAA in scoring and assists. She broke records that stood for decades played in a national championship that had higher ratings than the NBA Finals. That's why people are excited. That's why fans are spending thousands of dollars just to see her play in an exhibition game. That's why the WNBA is literally restructuring its business model around her, and that's why no other player, past or present, can match her level of anticipation.
And that's the way to push the ball in transition.
Oh, that's not gonna waste. 3 and some change left to play here in the first quarter. Caitlin Clark pulls it back.
Not Angel Reese, not anyone.
I don't really get to stand up for myself.
The reality is simple. The WNBA needs Caitlin Clark more than Caitlin Clark needs the WNBA. She's the reason teams are selling out before the season even starts. She's the reason casual fans are finally tuning in, giving the WNBA its biggest financial opportunity ever. And while other players are talking, tweeting and podcasting about her, Caitlin Clark is out here making history.
Fans have filed in. The building is jam-packed.
Caitlin Clark for Indiana, who has been terrific, the number 1 overall pick, who has been packing buildings.
Word, because, at the end of the day, there is Kay Clark and everyone else. If you liked this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Keep an eye out for more content.